That's crazy. All right, I think we are. Yeah, looks like we are live. That's a good intro. Welcome to VGotM episode number 9. Can you believe we have done this for 9 months?
Wow.
I cannot.
Wow.
Meanwhile, Chief's like, when are we going to get back to Destiny?
And that month is today.
TBD.
Yeah, welcome. We're going to be talking about Satisfactory this month, but first, introductions. We have Ninja at the bottom. For some reason, I don't know why he's there, but how are you doing, Ninja?
I need to pull up YouTube.
Oh, no, he's not here. He's getting water.
Water.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Oh.
We're off the rails. Angry,
God.
go next.
I'm doing great. I enjoyed this month's stuff, and I'm ready to talk about it.
Nice. What are you drinking? Are you allowed to say?
Yeah, I just
without
opened
doxing
up,
yourself?
an Old Forester.
Nice.
I may or may not be in a forest, but the 1897 bottled in bond.
Oh.
We
enjoyed
have
it.
not
I'm
have
excited.
gone back in time to get it, but that's okay.
Yeah.
And that illustrious voice is Chief. Chief, are you drinking anything tonight, or are you
Ooh,
just playing Destiny?
illustrious. I like it. I am not actually. I have a nice can of bubbly next to me. So
Shit.
Is that a can of champagne?
no bubbly, like Bublé, whatever it is.
Oh.
You have Michael Bublé with you?
Yeah, I have
In a
Michael
little
Bublé in a
can.
can.
Yeah, it's like Gwyneth Paltrow's
Like-
candle.
I don't
And
think that's what
then,
the candle is.
It's like
That
Prince
was one of the best Super Bowl
Prince Albert in a
commercials.
can. You know.
That really was the Uber Eats commercial. Like,
Mhm.
I can't believe they got her to do that.
Also, you said Prince Albert in a can. Do you know
Wait,
what Prince
what?
Albert is?
Yeah, I know what Prince Albert is. It's snuff.
No, it's like the like piercing through
Yeah,
the
it's a
end of your
pierce.
dick.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, that's what
Okay.
it is.
I will nominate.
I'm here.
Oh, Witherbottom's
Witherbottom,
here.
what you know, Witherbottom? What is a
What?
Prince Albert?
Isn't it a genital piercing?
Yeah. See.
What?
Yeah.
Okay,
Chief,
as long as I don't have to
You
Google
say
it.
in a can.
Chief has
and
it. It's decided.
Whatever.
Pixar didn't happen.
That's right. Send it to the Not Safe for Work channel on the Discord, though. You know. So I am drinking some whiskey, but my wife went to the liquor store and picked up a $200 bottle of tequila.
Oh, well, it must be working. Just kidding.
And she got me a bottle of Wild Turkey. No, I'm kidding.
Which wild
Oh,
turkey?
so she gotcha.
Hold on. Which wild turkey?
The one that comes in the plastic bottle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, never mind. It's the little, like, the one that's not even round by the register.
Right. Man. Okay.
The one that you hide in your glove compartment.
Well, if we want to start it off with, I don't know if y'all heard, but there's a new version of Canada Truck Simulator 4 coming out. As you drive down the Canadian highways, you have to dodge Mounties on horseback as they knock over old ladies on scooters, and blackface Justin Trudeau running around. And if you make it all the way to Ottawa, you can just drop your haul in the middle, but you lose your entire savings. So, kind of like real life.
Is the blackface Justin Trudeau an unlockable skin?
You can make your entire truck look like that.
Justin Castro.
Yeah, sorry, Justin Castro. That's what I meant.
Yeah. Sorry, YouTube.
Don't ban us. And stream looks a little fuzzy. I don't know why. I'm gonna blame all of the massive amounts of followers. Witherbottom, you snuck in. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome. I'm nice like that. Do you see the? Have you seen the what's it called? The splash screen.
No.
I'll show it to you.
I think it's still up on YouTube.
It's up on YouTube, but it's not on Discord. So if you join the Discord, there it is now.
Look at that.
Yeah. So that's
Notice where you are on that screen.
I mean,
I cleaned up a lot of my. I don't know if you've logged in since then, but I cleaned up a lot of my mess.
I haven't been on the last day or two, but I have serious doubts about that statement.
No, I really did. I just I completely cleaned out that entire factory area because you were
Alright.
so upset.
He just deleted
Noodles.
everything.
I did.
It's clean now.
And then train started derailing. It was weird.
Yeah, I saw that, and I know it was you.
I
Um,
cleaned up the train station.
Shoot. Oh yeah. So I have some news that I feel like Angry will find highly interesting. I found this out this week.
Is this the truth that you were talking about?
This is a shocking truth.
Mm.
Oh,
Are you
building
ready?
it up a lot.
Yeah, I am. So, Twitch thought Amaranth has a husband,
What?
Wow.
Wait, she's actually married?
right?
Wow.
I was like, "What? She's married?"
Yeah.
But-
He just subscribed, right? He paid for it. Like
It's probably
is
for tax benefits, actually.
I mean, honestly, don't we kind of all? We all just subscribe to the woman of our choice.
I subscribe to Chiefs to get those Prince Albert picks.
Okay, it's not what it used to mean back in the day. That was
What
an
did it
old
used to
prank
mean?
call that people used like. That was a can
yeah.
of tobacco.
That
Yeah,
was what?
It's a
It was
can
a
of
prank-
tobacco. Chewing
Are you
tobacco.
70?
You prank called?
You prank called people. And it's like, do you have Prince Albert in a can? And they say yes. Well, you better let him out because
Yeah.
it was chewing tobacco. That's all it was. But that was the joke. And everything on this planet has to get dirty from people. So you just have to ruin everything.
You know,
Stupid
the
generation of
origin
people.
of the piercing is actually that someone took tobacco and put it up their penis.
You're going to
That
need
way-
an X-ray to figure
That
this
way,
one out.
that way they could dip without anybody noticing.
Wow.
I'm done.
All right. Well,
That was fun. Good podcast.
good podcast. We're all done.
Yeah.
All in a day's work.
That was the shortest one yet.
One of our sponsors, they had a Super Bowl ad. The Google sponsors us. Thanks, Google. They had a Super Bowl ad showing off their new phone, the Pixel 3. I don't know if y'all saw this, but it's supposed to take better pictures. They like marketing it as taking better pictures of black people. And yeah, how they did it, they just made them look lighter.
Added a filter grain to it. Is it?
All right. So, before we go on, the big news is that Russia did invade Ukraine.
Oh yeah.
True. We're about to have World War III.
Yeah. So, do we have bets on when each one of us will get drafted?
I think we're above the age now, or at least I am.
What?
Yeah.
Ninja's not.
Wow.
But
Wow. Wow. You know what we
But-
should add to future podcasts?
Noodling as usual.
You know what we should add is a ding counter in the upper right hand corner. Or
yes,
something of how
yes.
many times we mess up and say each other's names.
That's a good idea.
I would love that.
It's like a ding, ding, ding.
I'll see if I can
purposely
throw
just
one
be
together.
like, I like hearing the bell. That's why I did.
Or we should have like a counter across the top for each time each one of us gets it.
Right. I think the way I see it is that someone in government right now will listen to our podcast and be like, those guys have to go to the front. So
Yeah, that's it. Man, where do we start picking people
See you
from?
guys in
Let's see who has a podcast about video games on YouTube.
right.
Who just made fun of Justin Trudeau?
Well, we're not in Canada. I mean, maybe we are.
It's the next invasion.
I would invade Canada. They like they're all a bunch of like wimps. Except
Wow.
for the truckers.
We're gonna get so much hate mail from the Canadians.
Well,
Corey.
All I can think is like the South Park Canadians with like.
all I can think is if they start invading coming down from the north, as every time they run into someone, oh sorry.
Don't you know? The problem is we wouldn't be able to tell that they were invading until they got to like Missouri or
Yeah, I think
Arkansas.
they're just like shopping or something.
No, we just think that they're Wisconsin people.
Yeah. Ugh, nonsense.
They sound the same. All right.
Here's a poll. What's your least favorite state?
Ooh.
Not that we live in the U.S.
All blue ones.
Wow.
Does that cover
Wow.
it? I think that covers it.
You know, I mean, I
I was
there.
gonna say Ohio.
See, there's something I really don't.
Ohio?
Yeah. I don't know. It's just like all the lameness of the Midwest with all the entitlement of the Northerners.
That's fair.
Like
That's fair.
anytime they go somewhere, like Ohioans, they're always like those people like what I don't know what the word is for it, but like
I would say
they,
Ohioans.
Ohio what?
Ohioans.
I like Ohioans. It's like
Ohioans.
you go on vacation, you're going down to Florida or something, or wherever, and they I mean maybe I'm in Florida, maybe I'm not, but they they come down there and it's like the people who come down there and they're like, I've made it. They act like they're in the Hamptons and they're all entitled about everything. So, but I just think Ohio is just like the armpit of America.
The armpit of America.
I said the butthole, so I guess the head for me would be over near California. Unless you're like squatting weird.
I don't know. Depends how flexible America is. I'd
think-
love to hear everyone else's thoughts on states they hate for no reason.
I think it's just Rhode Island. Like they had this
I
like
think I hate
we're
Maine.
we're the small. I do hate Maine too.
Why
How
Maine?
dare, how dare they get that name? Like anyone's ever been to Maine.
Yeah, I mean, but they make lobster.
Okay, that's true. That's a good point.
I
I'll
don't think
have
they
to reconsider.
make lobster. I think they just have lobster.
What are you, a
No,
lobsterologist?
Yes.
He studied under the great Jordan Peterson.
Is he in the lobster expert?
Oh no, it's
Lobstorian is actually.
it's a meme where he spends his entire first chapter of his first book talking about how lobsters react to dopamine and serotonin. I don't remember. I'm not a brain scientist.
Not a lobster brain surgeon.
But yeah, I think for me it's Rhode Island just because they pretend they have this like chip on their shoulder because they're the smallest ones, but really no one cares. Like, when was the last time you saw Rhode Island in the news?
Yeah, they're like the people that drive lifted trucks version of states.
I think. Doesn't Family Guy take place in Rhode Island?
Does it really?
Yes.
That's the only reason I even know that place exists.
See, the only reason I know is because Kurt Schilling and was it 38 Studios back in the day? They made that shoot. I can't believe I can't remember this game. Kingdom of Amalur. And it was like this kind of like action stylized art version of Skyrim. And it actually wasn't a bad game, just didn't do super well, but he like defrauded the taxpayers of Rhode Island and they got super mad.
Wow.
Well, that'll do it.
Yeah. Witherbottom, what's your least favorite state?
Ooh. I'm gonna have to go with.
Yes, yes.
Oh my god. That's a commercial.
I wasn't ready for this. I'm gonna have to go with Louisiana.
Wow.
What's wrong with the bayou?
Hey. Oh, I mean, I may or may not live in Louisiana.
It's like super
You a
humid.
gator hater?
and just like super hot and super humid, and it just wasn't very pleasant when I was there.
Not that you were there recently, but
Not that I was there recently.
Yeah,
I
don't-
haven't been there recently.
I've
Don't-
never been there, but I hate it. when
Don't
I'm
check
there.
the flight
We're
records.
basically just
They
like
didn't. People didn't like my dog, so.
we're really just alienating large groups of people.
Don't worry.
You're from
Everyone who's
Rhode
listening will eventually get to you.
Don't listen to our podcast.
I'm okay. I'm kind of okay with that, to be honest.
oh my gosh, look how small our factory used to be.
Like
If we
Rhode
haven't
Island.
pissed you off on our podcast, stick around.
Because we will.
We always do.
All right. So back by popular demand, we have our next segment, which is gaming news that interests us, so should also interest you. And I got to choose all the topics. So it's basically gaming news that interests Jarnod, so it interests all of you. Now, this is slightly more serious, but I don't know if y'all saw this, but Bethesda, owned by Microsoft, is switching over to moving their launcher. So they're no longer going to have their own launcher, and they're moving exclusively over to Steam.
They have their own launcher?
Yeah.
Everybody has their own launcher.
Yeah,
Everybody-
but like, when have you ever played? Don't they make Skyrim?
They did, yes.
Wait,
So,
is
like,
that why when
there
you
like a
launch
Skyrim?
Skyrim through Stream? What the hell am I saying? Steam. Good lord. When you launch Skyrim through Steam, you get that like separate launcher that pops up, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like Uplay or
I played Skyrim on PC in a long time.
yeah. I haven't played in
You haven't been modding Skyrim.
They haven't re-released it for the 18th time and made me buy it.
But that brings up a question. Do you think that there's a potential for Microsoft to purchase Steam?
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about
Ooh.
And how much do you think it would cost?
Oh,
that.
Wow,
It's
I
like
have no
an
idea.
Austin Powers.
So,
song.
quick question though: hasn't the FCC like been looking into this purchase that they just recently did with Activision and
Yes,
Blizzard?
they're looking into it right now.
Because like they're saying it's too much of a monopoly or something.
When a big merger like this happens, they always look it over. So the rumors I've seen have been that the Activision Microsoft thing is business as usual. I don't know. For them to investigate, but
Pretty sure the phrase is business as typical.
Okay, boomer.
business as regular.
So I don't know exactly
Is
whether it's going to continue, but I don't think that. So the other news I heard was that the Activision won't and Activision purchased by Microsoft won't basically take into effect until the end of this year. Like that's how much time it takes to get all this stuff gone through lawyers and stuff, because lawyers take forever.
Mm.
And in case y'all didn't notice, we are looking at Ninja's point of view, not Jarnod's this month. He was kind enough to send me a whole bunch of clips. So
Wow.
We got
You didn't have any footage from this month?
oh no, I had a bunch, but I was like, you had nearly 2 hours, and I was like, I'm just going to put yours on there because you did.
Wow.
Oh, 100%.
Go. Moving up.
Yeah.
Taking over.
I mean, this month was like Satis Ninja.
It was this. That's kind of true.
Satis
I was sure that's
Ninja.
gonna come up during the podcast. Is how neurotic I was the whole month.
You neurotic? No.
we got another participant if they're in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
hey, we do have
Salty
someone
dog.
else. What's up, Salty Dog? It's your first time here.
That's how I'm gonna greet people from now on.
Just enjoying listening.
You salty dog.
What are you drinking anything tonight, Salty Dog?
Yeah, I got a PBR.
Nice.
I
Nice.
got 6 for 6. It was pretty sweet.
Six
You
for
gotta
six.
you gotta finish all 6 by
That's
the
right.
end.
That's right.
I don't know about that.
Anyway, do we want to talk about NFTs? Or do we want to kick that to next month?
It's an NFT.
A non-fungible token.
You not heard about this?
No, I know that it is. I just wanted to act like a boomer.
I saw there's like a rug pull thing that I saw on, I think it was Reddit, where some porn star made like a
Lana Rhodes.
made like a, she didn't make it, I don't know if she made it in an NFT or she was promising NFTs or something. Anyway,
we
was
should
looking
be
for investors.
okay before we get ahead of ourselves, because we want to be completely and 100% factual on this show. She's an ex porn star.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good that we got that out there.
Yeah. thank God. Um, but anyway, a
Can
bunch,
you spell that actually?
a bunch of simps invested a bunch into like buying her NFTs. I don't know. Maybe it was like a boob NFT or something. And then
Why would you,
Boob.
why would you
anyway,
invest?
she
Why
got
would you?
like $1.5 million
Okay, all right, all right.
simps in
All right.
there, and then just said, never mind, and just
Okay.
like walked away with money.
All right. So here's the question: why would you buy an NFT of a porn star's boobs? Like she's showing them off on Pornhub for free constantly.
You mean Cornhub?
Yes, Cornhub. Sorry. What's Cornhub again?
There it is.
It's like the other one, but it's just corn.
That's actually a pretty good description.
Yeah, people buttering corn, people freezing corn, people putting
Shuck-
corn and
Shucking corn. We got some
People
shucking.
shucking corn.
black corn, white corn, speckled corn, Indian corn,
Yeah.
yellow corn, green corn.
Really, you can think of it as
Just,
probably.
any type of corn that's out there,
Is there? There's got to be like a rule 34 for corn.
I'm sure they have corn
Will you look that up
dildos.
for us?
They have corn dildos.
They have
Like
what?
corn-shaped dildos. Like they are ribbed for her pleasure.
Just use corn.
That's unsanitary.
Like it's cheaper. Just wash it.
No, ain't nobody got time for
And then
that.
butter it.
Is someone posting
Yeah.
Pornhub videos right now?
Yeah, who's posting right now? I'm not sure I want to look.
This episode is going to end up on Cornhub.
Stick
Yeah,
around
yeah,
after the
I mean,
show.
The point is, like, all these people, they gave her a bunch of money, and she ran away with like $1.5 million.
And there's no way to really get it back.
Yeah, and anyway, the I think on Reddit that someone was referencing some person who they interviewed, and he was like, "I invested a bunch of money I couldn't afford to lose," which is kind of a dumb idea anyway. But like, why would you do it like a porn
but-
star's NFT token of all things?
but it's Reddit. He's probably lying.
He's like, "I own her boobs.
Oh gosh,
I own 1/60th of a nipple."
Oh
That's
man.
good.
But yeah. So
People are
NFTs.
stupid.
We'll go into more detail on them later, but I did see something
If
with.
any of you in the chat invested in this,
There goes the other half of our demographic. I did see that like Ubisoft, is it Ubi or Ubisoft?
Yes.
Wow.
Ubisoft. No, that's Lana Rose's token.
starting a video game company now.
They were like they tried to do an NFT, like started off doing an NFT thing, NFT play, and like they got such a big backlash from their audience, and they basically responded and said gamers just don't know like why NFTs are good, and like bashed everybody. And
Classic game company.
NFTs.
It was like those things where it's just like pictures of monkeys, right? And you can copy them and make them your profile picture.
so I guess, yeah, let's go into it a little bit more. So basically the idea is that there is a, when you buy an NFT, you're buying like a token or that says that you, basically it's a certification, kind of like a I own this certification, if that makes sense. So like if you buy like an authentic baseball card and it will come with, or something that was used in Lord of the Rings, oh my gosh, I can't remember the sword's name.
Certificate of authenticity.
Yes. So that's kind of what the idea of an NFT is. And people can still replicate it, like right-clicking, saving, but you have the certificate of authenticity. Now, there's a bunch of problems with it, but for me, in terms of like a gaming space, I think there's the potential for that to be very, very cool and powerful. And not cross-play stuff, but like the idea of being able to basically have an external validation of say you find a rare item in a game that you can then sell to somebody and trade it to someone else. And that would be a very interesting way of like having an online game like Destiny or World of Warcraft. That's cool to me. But I don't know exactly how it would work. But no, never invest in NFTs. You can make a lot of money right now, but it's basically gambling.
Yeah, you should just go gambling.
Anyone want to go
It's
to
more
Vegas?
like playing a slot machine. I feel it.
Okay. Well, we've kind of done our first 30 minutes. We want to talk about Satisfactory.
I suppose we should.
I guess so. Yeah.
All right. Angry?
This was my suggestion.
Yes. Why
You're
did you
all welcome.
suggest it?
I suggested it because it turned out to be awesome.
That's okay.
Right.
Yeah. I've been suggesting it almost every month, and we finally got around to it. I think me and Ninja came across this, I don't like a year and a half ago, and played a little bit of it, and just saw there was a boatload of depth, but didn't ever make it past like kind of the stage that you're showing now, like which is kind of the very beginning stages. And I saw that there was a lot of stuff to it. It really scratches that OCD itch, needing to like organize everything.
Really, you're the organizer in that?
Well, apparently not much. It's one of those things where like you feel like, oh man, I'm kind of OCD, and then it turns out a different giraffe is way worse. But yeah, I mean it was a lot of fun.
Okay.
I think I realized pretty early on that it was like we were all having fun, but it was also kind of a popular game of the month because the server kept track of the total numbers of hours played, and in the first week we were at like 100.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that was only with Ninja left his computer on overnight to farm resources for like what was that, like 8 hours or something like that one time.
Yeah.
But so I mean we played like 90 hours in the first week.
Yeah, that was good.
It's true.
Yeah.
So why don't you give it like a little rundown of what it is for anyone who's watching our podcast and doesn't know what it is.
So
There's the bot again.
it drops you on a planet and tells you to start harvesting resources, and it does a really nice introduction. It like the game gets unbelievably complicated eventually, but starts you out really well where it never kind of overwhelms you unless you don't play for like 2 hours, and Ninja's been playing, and then you have to spend 2 days catching up. But if you play it all the way through, it kind of walks you through, hey, you harvested this resource, turn it into this product and this product and this product, and you start harvesting and using different machines and buildings to create more and more advanced materials that you then use to create more and more materials and grow your factory from what you're seeing now, which is just like a couple of buildings just flat on the ground, into massive like factories with supply
planet-wide
lines
factories.
that span over the entire world
Yeah.
because you need more and more materials.
I think that's a good synopsis.
Yeah.
Salty Dog, I never saw you online with us, but did you get to play it all?
Yeah, so I played in y'all's server a little bit. I was never on when any of y'all were on, it seemed like. But I had played this game before, and I got to about where y'all got. I didn't get much farther. But I really liked the game.
Don't spoil it. So, can someone, before we go into like what did you like, what did you not like, can someone go into the concept of noodling?
Oh gosh.
Well, since
That's
Angry is our
that was
resident noodler,
real quick. That was a little embarrassing, Ninja.
I was not.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I'm
So
glad I'm not the
noodling.
only. I'm glad I'm not the only one that gets embarrassing footage.
Wait, I'm watching the replay. Hold on.
Noodling is whenever you attach whenever you build buildings and like one resource node, for instance, if you go harvest some iron, you might be able to attach that iron to, you know, 2, 4, 6 different machines that then do something with it based on how much you're outputting. And so you can choose to organize things. And I think everybody starts out organized, but then whenever you inevitably have to do something else, you can choose to delete stuff and reorganize it and keep it in a nice orderly setting, or you can do what we all collectively call noodling, which is where whenever you build the conveyor belts, you just build them in a wild rando pattern as long as they get to where they need to go. And you can see a little bit of that here. And it ended up that this is how it became the saddest
I
saddest ninja factory.
I
He's very
I will
adamantly against noodling.
I will be on record and will say that I am a born again noodler. I do not care if it clips through like
Oh, see,
like
I can't do clipping.
I don't
I've
care as long as it gets to where I want to go. My last day on here, because I've been so busy the last couple nights, was with Witherbottom when we were getting the nuclear power plant, and we will see it later. Nuclear power plant going,
the
and
most infamous noodler.
and Witherbottom messaged me after I logged off. It was like, "Oh my god!" It was
It
just
was terrible.
Yeah.
I think I crossed the same conveyor belt 3 times.
Wow.
It was
Well,
awful.
If you
I'm
had
glad
not,
I never saw it.
do y'all not remember my manufacturing plant?
Yes.
Oh, it got way worse.
Oh, it was worse. Oh, never mind.
Because Witherbottom logged on and was like, "How can I make this unbelievably difficult?" And all of a sudden, there were splitters that were hanging in midair, and
I was
At-
getting the resources I needed, so
you pop in and you're like, "I don't care about the supply lines. If I see something, I'm taking it."
I mean, yeah, I didn't make that factory. It's not my factory.
You just take the resources.
Yeah.
But I do remember like the first time I logged in and started playing, it's like, hey, go find a copper. So I was like putting copper, and I was like put copper together, and got like copper wire, copper sheets, I think, from the ingots. And Angry comes up and he's like, you need to make sure it's optimized. I'm like, what does that mean? He's like, no,
Yeah,
it has to
gotta
do it
make the
exactly.
most.
So then I log off, and he's sitting there, and like the next day I log in, he's like, we're gonna have to talk about your like little mining operation up there. So he goes up there, like forces me to come up, and I'm sort of like, forced me to come up and look at it. And he's like, so yeah, so all this, oh wait, you did it okay.
I'm convinced you got on at like 3 in the morning and changed it.
No.
I think that too, because I remember looking at it and thinking that it was not optimized.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can confirm.
Maybe it was
Both
3 in the
of our
morning for
long
you
necks
two.
were seeing things. I'm pretty sure he got on at like 3 a.m. Oh, look at this wire about to clip through this thing.
This looks like a Jarnod wire.
This is me.
No, this is before you got.
Okay,
nuts.
so obviously like
Yeah.
there's some parallels to Satisfactory from Factorio. Like I don't know if any of y'all have played Factorio, but it's kind of like a top-down version of this. But there are aspects that are enhanced by a first-person perspective. But what about Satisfactory like really scratched that itch that you're referring, the OCD itch that you're referring to?
I mean, I liked it. Just it was combined like exploration, which was fun, but I never played Factorio. I just like saw people play it, but I don't know. I liked some of the having to think ahead of time what felt like a little bit more 3-dimensionally about where you're going to put such and such or run it. But all the planning ahead, and then you finally hook up your factory and you see all the resources pumping through, and something that you were uh, really hurting for before, now you have like more than you could possibly use.
I mean, who wouldn't be proud of creating something that runs perfectly?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
You know?
In this
Salty.
footage, I wouldn't be proud of what they just did.
Wow.
Hey, they're beginners,
Wow.
okay? They're beginners.
This was early stages.
No,
Yeah.
when we got
look at that.
like I watched a few YouTube videos of people that had like super factories, and what I realized from that is there's a lot of people that are like way smarter than I am. Like there's like a lot of people that somehow have the ability to
Oh,
plan this
this
stuff.
clip.
All right, tell us this clip, Ninja.
Unfortunately, the audio is not on. But
No,
in
I
this
know.
clip, me and Chief were arguing about the orientation of the coal factory.
That was
Because I
funny.
told him that the holes go on the outside. And then he builds it, and the holes are on the inside. And he's like, "This is the way you told me to do it." I was like, "That is not the way I told you to do it. I told you to do it. The holes on the outside." So we had probably like a 5-10, like this whole clip is us just arguing about.
I'm
I'm
convinced
no,
that
no.
like what he saw and what you saw had to have been two different things.
I don't think so. And he was sitting there like switching it around and be like, "You said turn it like this." And so I turned it like this, and then you said holes on the outside. So this is the part where he's telling us this is how it was when you told me it was correct.
It got so heated too.
Yeah.
The number of times that I like came in at like 30 minutes into y'all being online and Ninja and Angry just like yelling at each other. It's like I'm just gonna go over here and work on bauxite.
Well, it was always funny because we'd end up like fussing about stuff and then be like, "All right, come on, I can't build a factory without you."
Right.
I don't want to build this. Every time I'd be like,
I
"This
don't
is the
want to build
last
this
time.
factory alone.
I'm never building a factory with you again." And then like the very next factory, I'd be like, "You want to come help me? I don't want to do it alone."
Yeah.
Where's these walls things?
Yeah, I see he put it the other way, but you still put the doors down.
I think this
I was showing him where the holes need to go.
the discussion is
But
super
he had-
heated now.
You can tell by my mouse movements. I'm like looking at it and going back to him.
Yeah, and he's running around.
This is about the point where Chief goes back to Destiny.
This is probably 90% of this month was like me standing next to someone having a heated battle while we run left and right and shoot at each other. Or me and Angry would get out our chainsaws and just go while we're talking.
Thank God that you couldn't actually damage people with the chainsaws.
Meanwhile, me and Witherbottom are just noodling off in the corner.
Yeah. Well, and then
And you
whenever
shoot everyone
Jarnot
with
came
that-
in, yeah, he'd
thing.
come out to help, and then the first thing he'd do is like rebar everybody so that they'd ragdoll across the entire map.
My favorite thing I think I found out was when you got the jetpack hoverboard thing, that if you shot someone out of midair, they would ragdoll down to the ground. And I wanted to do
It
that.
always caught me off guard. Like you'd always be like, "What just happened?"
I always knew immediately.
So,
There's actually somewhere in here, I hope. I didn't get all of my footage uploaded, unfortunately, but somewhere in here, I hope is the video of me and Jarnon's epic conveyor belt.
oh, that was
Rebar
fantastic.
fight.
There
I
was
just
someone
love
like,
how like we've explained that this is like a big argument about the orientation going on, and it's still going on.
Still going.
It's like this is like
Still
it
has
clues
to
into
go.
how intense it is. It's like
We haven't
no,
placed
it is
one
facing
thing.
the right way.
You put it down and deconstructed it multiple times.
Yeah, it's like there's only 4 possible options, and yet like we've been just flipping it around and building it and unbuilding it for like a solid 5 to 10 minutes.
I feel like that way with a Rubik's Cube too.
My favorite bit is the jumping around while we're talking.
Right.
'Cause it looks like we're just doing some sort of
Yeah,
Weird.
painting dance.
yeah.
what were y'all building here?
Okay, so what I was trying to explain to Chief was that I was gonna
Yeah,
run.
yeah, yeah. Explain it to Chief.
Well, you know, I was trying to explain that the plan for that coal facility was that the power or the coal and the water would go down from above through the generators. So I wanted the holes on the outside, but I apparently didn't do a good job because it turned into quite the debate.
Oh, this, and then we
Oh,
couldn't
this was
sleep.
also the
This was
cold.
like she
Oh
was
man.
so mad because the game was just glitching out and wouldn't let
Yeah.
him.
Oh yes, I remember
Yeah.
this. I was here
Yeah,
for
it would
this.
do that.
He's
It would
like,
do
I
that.
can't build it
testing.
here. And then somebody else would build it. He'd be like, how did you do that?
Well, this is the first time because James was complaining about it, and I was like, I don't know,
Ding.
you'll figure it out. And he tried like a million different ways, and so finally, I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. And I think it's about
And
to happen. I forget how long this clip is, but
well, yeah, and then it worked for you once, and then the
Yeah.
next time you tried, it didn't work again.
Yeah, because I remember I had to do it once.
yeah. So in that instance, I did do it right, but James is. Oh, damn it.
This is twice in like a minute.
Ding 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 ding.
Well, whatever. Eye for
So
an eye.
So we've talked a lot about like what we liked. Is there anything about the game that you think could be done better that you didn't like
CPU
really?
usage.
Hey, I was the one who rented the server. The RAM usage was
Yeah.
astronomical for how big it was. It should not have been that big. They need to work on optimizing.
I like honestly there wasn't really any gameplay things that I felt like. I mean, it would glitch out occasionally, but I think that was just because we were in a big multiplayer server and it's still technically early access.
Mhm.
So I mean, it's been early access for a while, but I didn't have any glaring like gameplay issues that I thought, oh, this is stupid. They need to fix this. Like there were things that I found frustrating is like whenever you get to a higher level and you want to go back and redo something, and anytime you dismantle something, you get all those resources back, which is nice, but you can't possibly hold all the resources from dismantling an entire factory,
Mm.
and so
Right.
then you just have to like put them somewhere. But that's also part of the
You know what I
the
figured out?
chaos.
Like one of the last 2 days is that whenever you have something like that where you have just like a crap ton of resources on the ground after dismantling a bunch of stuff, you can hold control and drag the extra resources into your like little trash button, and it'll get rid of everything of that same type of resource.
We have a trash button.
Yeah, in your inventory.
What?
Yeah.
You didn't know you could delete
You
stuff?
didn't know you could get rid of stuff?
No.
we should have planted uranium on.
Oh, we definitely should have. I'm like, pick this up.
I had no idea. That's all. That's kind of like whenever we were building like roads eventually in midair and
Yeah.
had no idea you could do zoop.
Like this.
There we
Yeah,
go.
but you had to build it like
Except
this for a long time.
This is how we had done it.
Oh
Most
my
of our
gosh.
bridges were done like this.
What did you watch this video beforehand, Angry? That was such perfect timing.
Yeah, I know. I have a sixth sense. I know Ninja very well.
Yeah,
That's right.
I
I
think
mean, maybe from gaming.
Maybe. Yeah.
I think for me, like the idea of the baddies, like it's hard to tell because like and I don't know if anyone else has played Factorio. Factorio like builds kind of almost like an RTS where you like have to build up your factory to combat against AI driven enemies at the end of the day kind of thing. So it's kind of like a little bit more survival-ish, where this is just like build a factory. And I don't know what they're planning on doing with these random aliens on the ground, or kittens if you're angry and turn on arachnophobia.
We all
But
had arachnophobia mode on.
I didn't.
Well, I did.
I only saw the spotters once.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You didn't go exploring enough.
Is that what they're? Oh, I think you said called them spotters. I was like,
I
didn't
was
know they had a name.
spider. But I think that's something that would be like maybe adding like something that would be like, hey, here's a reason to protect your area. Oh, this is you saving me, Ninja.
Yes.
But this would be like you like instead of just like alien life forms like just being there,
Yeah.
basically protecting you. Like, hey, in like a set amount of time, you're going to be attacked, and you need to build up defenses a little bit. And I think that would be a very interesting mechanic to add to this. That would allow for a little bit more of,
Yeah.
like just a change from the monotony of just doing the exact same thing over and over.
Well,
Yeah.
and there's no motivation to actually build something that, like you can get to the end of the game without utilizing like almost every resource in the world, so that you don't have to explore everywhere. You can manufacture more than enough if you need, but like the motivation to build an entire world factory that's all nice back.
And then I didn't
Let's-
revive him. I thought I
No,
did.
I saw
connect
I
with,
saw your
like-
Prince Albert right there.
If
That's
they-
not mine, it's Chiefs
If they created something where
borrowing it.
like where your factory produced weapons or something to fight against the aliens, that would give you
Mhm.
motivation to keep expanding.
Right.
I think they kind of dabbled just a toe into the survival.
What is this
Space
thing
building.
that you have right here in your hand?
Yeah, what is that?
That's a beacon.
Oh.
Guess I never made one. I never held it anyway.
I never made one.
I
Yeah,
made them
I
to make
use
a
them all the
car,
time.
but I never held it. Looks cool.
It's very fashionable, the beacon.
Yeah.
Witherbottom, what would you change?
I mean, it's just like small glitches and stuff, like when you're running a pipeline or a conveyor and the stuff wouldn't move, even though everything was lined up and was fine, and you have to like delete something and then rebuild it and it would work.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
just like getting the glitches out, right? So it's
Yeah.
not like.
Yeah.
But that
But-
was frustrating. Like when you build a giant pipeline, you're like, okay, why is my stuff not coming? And you go back and like everything's fine, and you literally just delete a conveyor belt and then rebuild it, and then it's flowing.
That
Well,
was
and
frustrating.
I think some of why we particularly had so many glitches was because, I mean, and they say this at the beginning of the game, is that there's a lot more
Multiplayer.
glitches with multiplayer right
Yeah.
now, and that they're working on it. So, I mean,
Yeah.
they did release like 2 updates throughout the
Yeah.
month.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely still working on the game, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
It is a lot of fun, and I think if they can make it a little smoother, like I don't think there's any major problems with the gameplay loop. It's just fun. But they, if they can smooth out some of the kinks, this will be like one of my favorite games I've ever played.
Wow.
Wow.
Chief,
And
what
we
did?
did.
Oh,
Sorry.
go ahead. No, it's, I no. I
Well, besides being criticized on everything that I did,
Wow.
with putting up things and where things are supposed to go and holes not facing the right way, it was no, it was fun.
What?
So
Maybe if you put it in the right spot.
But no,
I-
it was fun.
I will say, like,
Uh,
this was the first time where I saw, like, I would go log on and be like, oh, Chief's on, instead of like, that, like, especially early on, you spent a lot of time in the game.
I did. So part of that reason was because we had this big winter storm here where I live and everything got shut down. And so I had 2 days where literally I just played the Satisfactory like all the time. And it worked out to our benefit because I was able to get a lot of stuff done by myself. And like I basically
Before I
did,
ruined it all.
huh?
Before I ruined it all.
Well, you didn't ruin anything. You just got mad at how it was set up, but it's like, well, this isn't how I would have done it. Well, too bad. It's, but no, it like I got all the basically like for those 2 days that I played basically by myself, I did like basically all of the oil stuff at the beginning and like found the oil, got it back to the base, started refining plastics and doing all this other stuff with the oil that really gave us a boost to get the space elevator level 3 done. And so it was
Trees. Maybe if we go harder into these trees.
He knocked me off.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun figuring out, paths and stuff, and then doing the math on, finding a pure node versus a regular node and figuring out.
This is. I never realize that.
It's like, how am I supposed to get back on?
Because right then I was like, "Get on!"
Yeah. See, y'all don't believe me. This was our next car
here.
trip.
Oh yeah, I remember this. This
was to the oil. This was
Yeah,
to
we're
the
gonna go get-
dead-ass oil refinery.
What are you holding?
It lets
That's a
you
zip
ride
line.
across. Yeah, the
Oh, that's the zip
power
line.
lines.
I never
Yeah.
made
Which
it.
I still had. We had this great idea for like a PvP element of this game where you create like a arena in the, like way up in the air, and you put like power poles along a big diameter, and then they all of course crisscross in the middle. So then you have to use the zip line thing to try and fight someone else midair. And if you you got to switch to your weapon and hit them, and then switch back to get back on the power pole.
Yeah.
And if you don't, you fall to your death. It's high stakes.
I will say, like, the number of times I fell off of vehicles was insane. But I will say, like, the
Just ran over.
Ran into it.
I figured out that doesn't actually kill them.
the few times where I like dueled, I think I dueled Witherbottom and Ninja a couple different times, and it's just like
Make it sound so formal. You just started shooting us. I challenge thee.
I remember really.
I
early
slapped
on,
a
got
white
you to look
glove.
in a giant hole, and then shot you with a rebar gun, so you fractaled into the hole.
Yes. And I lost like our most valuable resources like right off the bat. I think I lost like 4 blue slugs, which at the time was very valuable.
Until we found that northern area with like 1 million slugs.
Witherbottom, what don't you like about the game?
I don't like being shamed about my.
This is a game that strengthens friendships.
And also ruins them.
Yeah, you're either going to be married forever if you play with your spouse, or divorced.
Yeah. This is a battle of wits.
I don't have much that I didn't like about the game. I think it was pretty fun. I mentioned the glitches early on where just stuff like didn't quite work right or whatever, and that was frustrating. But that's not something that can't be fixed. So I don't have a good answer for that. There's not like anything I would say I really disliked about the game. I thought it was a fun game.
Nice. Salty
So
dog.
I'll tell you this.
Oh, wait. All right. Go, Chief.
When
Go.
we finished Space Elevator 3 and we were getting ready to do Phase 4, like looking at all the stuff, like what really stopped me wanting to play it was when we wanted to start like redoing everything and like trying to like get all those things like done. Like to me, that was just like, we've already done it. And that's why I was like, it's kind of kind of boring to me at there.
So
I wanted to keep going. And
just take the resources you need and build what you need, and not matter if it's pretty, right? No, that's what I tried to do, and I got yelled at.
Right, like, well, yeah, but
Everybody's strong
the thing
feelings
is,
are
it was
coming out.
just the whole part of.
I'm so glad we have this therapeutic podcast going.
Yeah.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, I just didn't know so many people were wrong about all this.
the whole aspect of when the idea of saying, hey, we're going to revamp production of every little thing to like get the maximum amount of resources. And then I was like, well, okay, but then what about the new stuff? Like the new stuff is what drove me to keep going in the game.
Yeah.
Like because I was like, well, we've already done all that. Like we can make do with what we have, and we can get Phase 4 done. So once we stopped doing that, that's whenever I got a little disinterested in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Salty Dog, do you have any dislikes about Satisfactory?
Oh, y'all pretty much said it. I can't really think of much else.
So here, okay, I'm going to go on out on a limb and say this is my theory for Satisfactory. Okay, I
Go for it.
think that this is an idle game in 3D.
A what game?
An idle game. Do you know what an idle game? Do y'all know what an idle game is?
like model. Like
Like
idle miner or something. Yeah.
yeah, like cookie clicker.
Yeah.
And I
Clash
think
Clans.
no, not Clash of Clans. Come on, man.
It's your Egg Inc. game.
Yeah, Egg Inc. Cookie
Not that I play
clicker.
Egg Inc.
Adventure capitalists, like that's the type of thing where you start off with these, like you have to click a couple of times, you have to do these things, but as you learn the game more, you start growing in your factories, you start producing these things automatically, and then you use those. But at a certain point, you're going to hit a slowdown. So my suggestion would be to, if the developer was sitting in this podcast with us, would be to sit there and say, hey, let us basically prestige kind of thing.
Right.
So you can sit there and say, we want to start over on this planet, but basically all of our factories and stuff are 2x. So they produce twice as fast. Everything produces twice as fast. So we do the same thing over again, but it wipes out the entire planet. But you do it twice as fast, so you get back to where you were it takes half as long. And I think that would
honestly, the production wouldn't even matter. It's just if you could start over, but somehow have all the resources that you'd accumulated and the ability to build.
Maybe
whatever.
that. I just think
Yeah.
that would be a brilliant way for them to, like, because in my mind the optimization that they have tapped into with this game, and then the finding the resources and then be like, oh, I have to use this resource combining with old resources to get to where I want to go. That to me is quintessential idle game of like, oh, okay, now I just need to wipe everything, start over, give me a little boost that helps me get to where I was faster. And that's why people keep on playing, because they're always progressing.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely especially when you get later in the game, the gameplay loop becomes kind of like move forward, then move back for a while before you move forward.
Mm-hmm.
And I was okay with that, but clearly from the opinions, like not everybody is. And so I think that's just kind of a personality thing. Is like I was very much okay with undoing and redoing everything as we discovered new resources and needed to make it better. But if you definitely want that feeling of like always moving forward and progressing, especially once you get past the initial development phase, there's nothing like you hit a point where you're spread so thin and everything, it becomes super impractical to just keep forging ahead. Not that you can't, but there's not like a clean way to do that.
Yeah. But that's
no, overall, it's still fun.
No, I had a blast.
I definitely had more fun. So like Angry was saying, like this game had been out for a while.
I think almost 3 years now.
Is it 3 years?
And
I think it came out 2019 in early access.
Is that me?
Yeah.
Who else? It's still going.
That was passionate.
Oh. I also
Oh, this is it.
This is
This is our epic battle.
I did like running on super fast conveyor belts.
Yes.
You were like, "Oh, I'm ahead of you," and I was like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah.
There's
That
more.
reminds me of the old, like, if you're in a rocket ship and you shine a flashlight, you're going the speed of light and you shine a flashlight at the rocket ship ahead of you, like, does it get there?
That's a good question. I would say no.
No.
So, yeah, I don't know. I've never done it. Next podcast is about theoretical physics.
We will have.
No, 'cause
Is this
I
our
don't
epic
remember-
battle?
Say what?
Is this an epic battle? Where did I go?
Well, you are still falling at this
Again,
point.
you quit. You got so pissed off. You quit.
That's right. I left the game.
Well, yeah, because apparently it glitched
Rage
out so
quit.
hard after
That's
I...
right. I remember that now. There I am.
Rage quit. You're like, do it.
I do.
That's what I was thinking.
I do have to tell you the story. Hey, I don't know if Witherbottom was a part of this, but back in like the League of Legends heydays, I got together with a group of 5 friends, and we called ourselves. We were the Rage Quit Clan. Okay, so we would go and we would join like a game, all 5 of us, and then we would, if anything went wrong, we would all just be like, fuck this game, and just rage quit. And people would respond and be like, well, yeah, but people would respond and be like, well, it's in his name, so I guess it's okay. Like, we would be winning, and we would just rage quit.
It's like my Steam profile says like I'm gonna teabag you, and yet in like some games people are like, "Why are you teabagging?" And I'm like, "It says right there."
Yeah, but who looks at Steam profiles really? Come on, honestly.
Yeah, Ninja and I had to put disclaimers in ours saying you're probably angry at the other giraffe.
Yeah.
It's like the Spider-Man meme. It's like pointing at the.
Yeah.
So now that, well, I mean, we still have a couple more days, but now that February is over, what are we going to do with Satisfactory?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
Are we going to wait for an update? Going to keep on playing it?
I mean, I'm kind of satisfactoried out, you know.
I'm probably gonna keep playing it, but
How much satisfaction is too much, you know?
I can never be satisfied. I'll probably keep playing it, but not like every night.
For 6 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was a
You're
super
not-
long hypertube. It took forever to get there.
This was the fastest way we had to get over there.
It's true. It's
At the
true.
time, yeah.
I'm glad you got a screen record of this. This was the most ridiculous hypertube. I'm sure someone's made one across the entire map.
Oh, no doubt.
I was so happy whenever we got trains, and even that took annoyingly long to get everywhere.
Yeah.
I feel like there could be a way to use hypertubes, like you like have a huge hypertube going down, and you shoot yourself off flying
Oh yeah, absolutely.
out in the distance, but you have like a jump pad exactly where you're gonna land, like a landing pad exactly where you're gonna land to prevent you
Sure
from
you can do
dying.
that.
People have
Man.
made like cannons with the hypertubes, where it's like the portals from Portal, where you go through them over and over, and it speeds you up. And something
That's
about like the exact
brilliant.
trajectory that you line them up, that it can like make you go super super fast and then launch you.
I wish I had found a logged out person and just surrounded him with hypertubes. So any way they
That's
move,
goodness.
why are you gonna do that? As soon as you log in, boom.
All right.
Oh man.
So I.
That was so smooth.
Uh,
That was premeditated, though.
yeah, it was. Well, because I'm pretty sure we had been talking about it right before.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, I was trying to shoot you while I was in the tube.
Yeah.
All right, so
Honestly, we would have progressed so much more if we didn't just attack each other the whole month.
Yeah. I think most of the damage I took was from y'all.
I want to hear from Witherbottom about his uranium exploits.
Oh God.
Well, it started off bad and it got worse.
You'll have to go into more detail.
Yes, go on.
I mean, I do have a
Go on.
functioning nuclear facility now. It just took a while to get there. So it's obviously radioactive, and at the time I didn't have the resources to make a hazmat suit, but that didn't stop me.
Yeah.
You're like the Soviets just sending people in.
I'm gonna send wave
Except
after
he was
wave
sending
of my
himself
own
in.
men.
Yeah.
He kept throwing his body at himself.
Yeah. So that was a fun learning curve. And then Ninja saved me.
You didn't think about that, did you?
I did not think about that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I came in one day and the bottom was working on his nuclear facility, and he was like,
No, no.
"I think I messed up."
Oh, this is it right here. This is the nuclear facility.
Oh yeah, we were fighting all of a sudden.
No, that's the.
This is a whole
Oh.
nother thing.
No, no,
where
no.
We're still fighting.
No, it
This-
is. No,
that's
no,
the
no.
beginnings of the nuclear
Yeah.
facility.
So if you look over to the like right there, there's a bunch of uranium on the conveyor belts.
It's on his way.
I hit the wrong person. John was just face down on the ground.
But like there's one thing about like the multiplayer thing is that conveyor belts do not convey the radiation. Okay, all right.
It's really.
I'm just glad you had your Prince Albert at
Such
that
an
point.
aggressive server.
Wow, that was really brutal.
I'm glad you recorded that too. Oh.
I forgot. Oh gosh.
Oh man.
This is such an epic fight.
I will say one of my favorite parts of this game is the slide. Like when you're
Yes.
sprinting and you slide. That's probably one of my favorite things in this game.
Every time we built a foundation, it was always like as soon as it's done, you hear. It's just always chainsaw fight.
I really love I think there is an opportunity for like some sort of combat arena with this movement and like the conveyor belts around and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's better movement in this than Call of Duty.
You can't slide like 50 miles like in here.
Oh yeah, I don't know who discovered that you could slide infinitely if you were going downhill, but that was awesome. It even make you go faster. I just did it every time.
Oh, okay. I guess we'll get
Down this hill.
to the end of Satisfactory.
I was curious
Oh, yeah.
before we.
Yeah,
before we
go
end
ahead. Yeah.
Factory. It's come up a lot that I was apparently pretty crazy. Anybody have good stories about like
About
me
Ninja?
forcing
No.
you to redo stuff?
No.
I'll tell one. Actually, I mean, I don't know. But every time you'd want to redo something, I'm like, let's just noodle it. It doesn't matter. And then you always said no, and I was always glad after we did it.
Yeah, thank you.
Mad at me.
You never redid it.
You never redid anything.
I did redo it. You didn't log in to see it. It's all gone.
The world will never know.
No, there's no footage. It didn't.
no,
happen.
no pics. It didn't happen.
This is where we figured out that using the programmable splitter in multiplayer breaks the server.
Yes, I think we crashed multiple times here.
I was like,
Okay,
oh,
but
that's weird.
poor with about him is I came back one day and he was on. He was like, "Oh, I think I made a mistake because he couldn't get close to the nuclear facility because he built the waste storage too close to it, so he couldn't go fix any of it. So I
And
made a
apparently
hazmat."
the radiation doesn't stop vertically.
Well, I think it
Right?
actually might. I think
Okay.
the sky bridges were being affected by your storage of the uranium ore for some reason.
Okay. Well, that's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
I just
So-
remember like we're a little ahead, but like from the last pre-fight, like uh, Witherbottom had a a conveyor belt load. Like it's just nonstop. It was backed up, and he was bringing uranium into a storage facility right next to the rest of our storage facility. So we there's no way for us to go and access anything. We would just die from the radiation.
Yeah.
And then you went and got a hazmat suit.
Yeah.
Like
These are
Ninja
two
did.
separate occasions.
No, same occasion.
No, this was the first uranium.
Yeah, this was the first
Yeah,
uranium
yeah.
disaster.
So
There
you
was
went and
a
got
second one that
you
I
went
took
and
care of as well.
you went and Oh no, Witherbottom's dying.
It's not COVID that got you. It's your satisfactory.
See, all that uranium's coming in, and it's great. It's being stored.
No, and we couldn't
Right
stop.
in the middle of the factory too.
We couldn't stop it.
Let me just route this to the point where everybody walks.
And so Ninja gets a and when you destroy it, it goes into your inventory, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So,
Just sacrificing himself.
yeah.
Are you trying to build walls around it?
We thought-
That was his solution. Was
we-
what is this,
build
Chernobyl?
We thought that maybe leaded walls would fix it, or
Yeah.
like boron sand. You know, it's not 3.5 rank, and it's 10,000.
Great series, by the way.
It was.
I learned a lot.
I found this on YouTube. There's like an MIT lecture of some physics class explaining what happened at Chernobyl, and I thought, well, this will probably be interesting, like more in depth of
No.
the
No.
obvious TV version. I was like, what the fuck are they talking about?
No, Chernobyl is extremely dramatized.
Yeah.
But yeah, whatever.
Well, it's the same rough thing of like all the things that made it go up went.
Yes. Yeah.
And all the things that made it go down went away. But I mean, they're talking about all these like graphs and numbers and things, and I'm like, what? I don't know what I expected from like an MIT lecture, but I didn't expect to feel completely retarded.
Just slightly.
Yeah, just a little retarded. I was okay with that.
Yeah. You never go full retard.
For go for retard. Yeah, I just like looking at there's the trash button. Wow.
Yeah, it's a giant trash can.
I never looked down there. I think
Yeah, you were too busy noodling.
I don't know. Like the inventory management is obviously like part of the challenge.
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't want to play in a mode where you had infinite resources, like a creative mode where you just build whatever. But
Sandbox mode.
yeah, but I would like to maybe not have to worry so much about managing my character's inventory, like as long as I'm producing the materials. But I don't know. That's like a very small complaint.
Yeah, we got to the point where, as we're going, like it's like it was clear that like reinforced steel, like whatever those things were, pipes, like there were certain materials that you basically just had to keep on hand. And I was constantly being like, do I need this anymore? Do I just delete
When
it?
you
I
go
don't know.
somewhere to make a factory and then you'd end up, if you're going all the way across the map, even if you have a train built out there, it's like a 5-minute train ride back and forth just to get materials. It just really slows down the progression.
This is why it could be an idle game, a progression model. Like the trains go, 2% faster.
Yeah, it would be so much better if it would like continue farming resources while you were away.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to a point where we were producing way more than we were using.
Yeah.
Well, but even yes, that was the case. But like making a supercomputer or something, like making that took a long time. And like if it was like an idle game where it would create the stuff while no one was in the actual instance, that would have been so much better. Like you could have easily made those big ticket items a lot faster. And you wouldn't
Satisfactory have to pony
yeah,
up some servers.
right.
Yeah.
You want to? Are we going to vote on next month's game?
Oh wow, you're already done.
Well, no,
You're
I'm just
gonna like it.
excited.
Wow.
I'm gonna suggest.
I'm excited.
All right.
I already know what I'm going to vote for, but
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'm
Hold on.
optimistically excited. We
Hold
can
on.
wait if you want to wait. I just
I have to manipulate these screens in the background, for the YouTube
All right,
channel.
well,
So,
let's-
it just takes a second. So, can someone
Oh,
else make
this is
some
a good clip.
content? Oh,
Yeah, no,
hold on.
don't-
We got a good
yeah.
clip right here.
This
What's-
is I was dealing with the uranium and I said,
You
"Hey,
just
wait about it. Come here."
Did you just kill him?
Well, I think I accidentally deleted that.
Oh,
So
there.
it
Okay,
fell
there
down.
he is. There he is. Okay.
I was like, no, just come here.
Wait, you can cycle through your hotbar?
Yeah.
Oh
Yes,
my
just
god.
come stand next to me. And he was like, "I'm getting hurt from radiation." I was like, "Oh, are you?"
I love how you're deleting his life's work right in front of his face. You're like,
Yeah.
Witherbottom, come here. Come here.
Come look at me do this.
Look at me in the eyes while I do this.
all this time, he's like, "I'm getting hurt."
I asked for help. You're just going and standing as close as possible.
It gets worse because then I was like, "Hey, Jarnod."
I remember this one.
Notice I've got like max radiation and the filters are being used like in 10 seconds. So I'm just going as fast as I possibly can.
I'm just picking flowers at this point. I'm like, hey, maybe.
You're
I
like,
have
where
time.
is he?
I know. Oh gosh.
That's embarrassing.
This is the reason why you're getting picked on.
I was like checking the distance on the map to see if I could make it.
OCD and murdering everyone.
I gotta get there. Only got one
You
left.
just went by me. You just went by me.
Yeah.
Oh no, your filter's running out.
Yeah.
And then I knocked you down.
I couldn't even access my inventory, so I died.
And I remember this because then we were like, "Oh shit, that's our only hazmat suit."
Yeah. It was a bold strategy. Did not pay off.
Oh,
The
okay.
amount of
All right.
times we just forego personal safety to try and murder someone else in every game we play. Like, I don't care if I lose resources. I'm going to ruin this person's gameplay experience.
Man. So good.
What it's all about.
All right. Well, I will switch over to the voting sheet. Here we are. Let me do it in Discord.
Like, I don't even know why I gave suggestions this month.
All right. I think that's the Discord. Is that what you're seeing?
I'm
I'm
Excel.
seeing the Excel.
All
sheet,
right.
yeah.
Before we start, is there any additions? I know that Salty Dog has an extra addition if he wants to, and Chief did not give any suggestions. So,
Well, my suggestion. You can put it up there if you want, but it happens to be the game I'm playing in the background right now.
I wanted to add Dread Hunger on it.
Dread
You're
Hunger.
making up games right now.
That's
I'm
right.
telling you, bro, this game is so good.
Just 2 words that sound like they could be game title.
Yeah. I'd like to add Corn Hub.
You don't play that every day? Okay.
Look at-
All right. Do we have any more suggestions before I start? Let me check the chat.
I
Yeah,
think Happy
drop a
Hawaiian said
suggestion
something
on that.
earlier.
What was that? I heard someone saying something.
Yeah, I think Happy Hawaiian put something in.
Did he?
Yeah.
In general.
Oh, he said Battlefield.
Oh, no, we're not
No,
playing
something-
No. He's saying
No, it's everything
Battle
Battlefield should have
Bid.
been.
Yeah.
Which
He's
Battlefield?
he's super salty. Like I talked to him. He's super salty about how Battlefield 2042 turned out. Like it's funny.
Wait, what was wrong with it?
It's everything Battlefield should not be, apparently.
That doesn't.
I really need to get him on just to be like, hey, we're just going to create a segment and be like, Happy Hawaiian bitches about Battlefield.
Think of like Battlefield 4, but mixed with like Apex Legends.
This looks pretty cool. Battle Bit.
That's not a
remastered.
Battlefield game.
Exactly.
Can't hate a Battlefield game if it's not a Battlefield game.
Okay. All right. Here's the question. Do you want to start from the top or from the bottom? Like
Bottom.
Bottom. Okay. All right. Salty Dog. Why should we play Dread Hunger?
All right, so this game's pretty good. You're gonna love the explanation. It's like Among Us, all right,
Nice.
but
Perhaps.
so it's like Among Us, but it takes place in like the 1800s, and you're on a ship going through the Arctic, and there's like one or two traders trying to kill all the other crewmates on the ship.
Nice.
I feel like we should add pictures of it to kind of get an idea on the stream.
You know, I'm just bad at that, and I don't have a producer, so no.
What if I post it in the Discord?
Okay, that sounds good.
Find a picture. That'd be good.
All right. What is Destiny 2 Noobs all about, Chief?
Oh, it's just the greatest game since sliced bread.
I mean,
I loved that game. So.
yeah, Sliced Bread was great.
Mm-hmm.
You know
The-
how you mark a real Destiny fan is if they have a Destiny tattoo.
That's true.
I'm
Not that I
looking.
have tattoos that are identifiable in a any type of situation, but
Not that if I were to commit a crime, someone would say it's the person with the Destiny tattoo.
I'm looking at my skin. I don't see any tattoos. So
Not that I
but no,
know.
yeah, Destiny 2. So they 2 days ago they released their new update, Witch Queen, and it is quite phenomenal in everything and about it. It's just fun, first person shooter game. Always gonna be good on my list. So it will be a game that I play periodically, like all this month, no matter what, until certain life events happen that are going to derail my video game playing for a long time.
That's pretty specific.
Yeah, approximately 18 years.
Hey, still working on it. All right. Who suggested Sifu?
That was also me.
All right, what you got?
So this one's a single player game. It's like you go through these levels trying to beat the boss, and it's like a martial arts combat game. But every time you die, the amount of deaths you have, your character ages every time that amount of deaths in years. So it gets
Oh.
like
What?
progressively closer to the end the more you die.
Wait, every time you die, what?
You age.
So you die
Ages.
once. You die once, you age up a year. If you die twice, you age up 2 years. So after you die 2 times in a row, you age 3 years total.
So, like, the more you die, the faster you die.
Yeah, but
Yeah, and like your character visibly changes, and their health goes down total, but their attack like damage goes up.
but basically you get worse.
Yes.
Interesting. Alrighty.
Also, I think I sent you a picture of that Dread Hunger game.
Okay.
I can just post it in general.
Yeah, I will. Let me see. We will do a sidebar of. Did that show up?
Oh,
There
yeah,
it is.
showed
Yes,
up.
there's Dread Hunger.
So it's not like a
Like Dishonored.
top-down or 2D game. It's like 3D, and you have to like work together to get the shit moving.
I know. I kind of like the Red Coats thing. Taking over the colonies. We need some monarchy in our lives at the moment.
Dictatorships would work if I was the leader.
That's right. All right. Who suggested Monster Hunter World?
Yeah, I did. We can pretty much blow through these. I'm not going to vote for them. Monster Hunter World is you hunt monsters in a world. It
For
came
that,
out.
I'm gonna vote for it.
Yeah, let's play that one.
No, it came out. I mean, I wouldn't mind playing it, but it came out a couple of years ago. Got
Mhm.
great reviews. Everybody said it was fun. It's the same uh, gameplay loop a lot of games have, where like you go kill a monster, you use that monster's materials to create better armor and weapons that allow you to kill a bigger monster, and then create better armor and weapons that will let you kill a bigger monster, and so on and so on.
What happens after that?
I don't know. I haven't played it, but it. I mean, everybody seemed to say it was fun. I don't remember how many years ago it came out. Probably 3 or 4, but I've had it in my Steam library for a while. But I think it would be fun to play with people. I don't know how many people can be in a mission at the same time, but I think you can
I think it's
matchmake in
4 at
missions.
least.
Yeah, that's what I thought was with 4 people and go hunt something together. I've played a little bit of it, and the only things that I remember was like the monster hunts take a little bit longer than I kind of expected them to, and the
You're probably
the
playing with
fun part
noobs.
about the gameplay was that there's like a bunch of different weapons, 10 or 20 different weapons, and they all play dramatically different. So there's a lot of variety to it.
Have you ever played any of the Monster Hunter games? Because
Nope.
I haven't played any of them, and I've
I
heard
have
good
not.
things about them from people, but never jumped in. Has anyone here
There were others.
played Monster
It
Hunter?
was very like Asian in the game culture. Like, before you go eat, you're supposed to go eat a bunch of rice that a cat prepares you or something. And it kind of took me out of the immersion.
Itadakimasu.
Emotional damage.
Is that
Wow.
Italian?
Noni?
Um,
All right. What's this about World War Z?
World War Z, I've not played at all, but me and Ninja got that in our libraries recently, I think in one of the Steam sales. I think there's been an update recently because that one's also been out for a while, but I think there's a relatively recent update. And it's just a mass, fire a machine gun into a crowd type of game.
Zombies.
Yeah, but don't feel bad about it because it's zombies and it's not like a shopping mall.
I love hearing this.
I would
fire a machine gun into a crowd of zombies.
I would vote.
Not people.
I'll say I would vote for it if it was a shopping mall.
Oh, sorry. I should have thrown that away. That's my bad, really.
Yeah, but I think World War Z is also 4 players at a time. It's probably a very similar gameplay loop to Aliens, but hopefully more fun.
Like
where
a
it's
like a
just,
Left 4 Dead clone.
I don't know if it's as straight up Left 4 Dead as like Back 4 Blood looks like it is, but
For the
it's
Blood is a
it's
Left
just
4 Dead
I want to say it's
clone.
third person, but I could be wrong about that. But it's just like waves of zombies coming at you, and you kill them.
Back 4 Blood is a Left 4 Dead clone. Anyway.
Wow. I still have it and want to play it.
I do
Me
Left
too.
4 Dead over Back 4 Blood.
I'll let you know after I play it.
Ninja, you suggested Ready or Not, right?
I did, as I have for the past 2 months.
Why do you want to play it then?
The same reasons as last time. It just looks cool. It's a work together game where you're team of SWAT infiltrators, and you have to go defuse situations. So looks pretty good. Has good reviews.
I have one question about that.
Okay.
Knowing this group,
We would fail most scenarios, but it would be really funny.
Yeah. That's what I was literally just thinking. Is we would absolutely not win the encounters.
No, I don't. But it would be fun.
I actually like the game. You can bring paintball guns to fight the terrorists.
You played it, Salty Dog?
Yeah.
All right, and did you suggest Dying Light also?
I did. I actually don't really know too much about it, except it's the continuation of the storyline of Dying Light 1, which was an amazing, also zombie game.
Was amazing.
What's the Dying Light one?
Well, the intricacies of the story have gotten lost on me at this point. But what I remember from it is that you're like this like operative from some organization who's trying to help rid the world of this zombie disease, and you get thrown into this area that's infected, but you end up like realizing that there's people there and that the government is trying to kill them and stuff. So you stay and defend.
Sounds like we
They
should
help
play
them.
Dying Light 1.
Well,
Does
I
it-
would be okay with that, honestly.
I mean,
Does-
honestly, I'd be okay with that too. But
Does it have a like correlation between like Ukraine and Russia? Like, is this a
no,
Yeah, the zombies.
the
have-
zombies are Ukraine and you're
Duh.
Russia.
Jawohl.
No, but what was really cool about it is that it kind of introduced it was like zombie killing plus parkour and a
Yeah.
grappling hook
It
in
was.
that order.
Is it made by the same people that make Dead Island?
I don't remember.
It's like super similar to Dead Island, but with parkour and like Assassin's Creed style, like you can climb up a building and type stuff, and also day and night cycles. So like during the day, it's more your typical like movie zombies where they wander around and they're just in mass groups, and at night they get super aggressive and fast and run after you, and it's like legit terrifying.
Nice. All right, Witherbottom, you're here.
I'm
Tell-
here.
Tell us about Vermintide 2, and why do you want to play it for the next month?
It's a 4-person squad. Basically like Left 4 Dead, but with rats instead of zombies.
What?
Yeah, giant rats, big rats, scary rats.
ROUS.
Mm-hmm. It's set in the Warhammer universe. And it's really fun. I played the first one a ton, and it's super fun. And the second one, they just recently released a new game mode where you kind of play through this like sequential, ever-changing set of different challenges and stuff. It's pretty cool. Anyways, that's that one.
I'm sold.
I'm not a salesman. If you can't tell, I am not a salesman. That is not my job.
So you have a job.
Oh shit!
No!
Ding!
No!
Now
Darn
you're
it.
giving it away.
Oh, shoot.
Not a true gamer.
Anyways, they're very fun. The first one is very fun, and I haven't played very much of the second one, but what I have played has been very fun.
All right, now tell me about Lost Ark.
I don't know about Lost Ark. I just like I like
It's a cool name.
I like Diablo a lot.
All right,
That's all I got to say.
all right. I'll tell you about Lost Ark because I suggested it.
And also, it's free.
Yeah, it is true. So I suggested Lost Ark last time. It is a Korean MMO that is kind of like an isometric Diablo style game. It is.
What does that mean?
Isometric means kind of like a over top. Hmm.
Ah.
What? What? Yeah, you said something. You interrupted me. I was just curious. I don't know what you're saying. Come on.
I thought it was Mother Bottom who said something, and then I said, ah.
Oh. So it's Diablo style, where it's but it's Diablo with persistent multiplayer. So whereas Diablo 2 and 3 were kind of like like you start up your game and then people connect to it, there's a third party server that you connect to, and so it's kind of more MMO. So the worlds are persistent. The people you meet will be there more often and that type of thing. But it's like very much a action packed, like click and press buttons and big things happen and stuff like that. It's fun. Yeah. All right, let's go
Thank
to
you, salesman.
let's go to mine. All right. First of
So,
all,
Jarnod, why did you choose Tribes of Midgard?
all right. So Tribes of Midgard is a up to 10-person co-op game. And basically the idea of it is it's also kind of isometric, but you build up your base with your team, because at nightfall you're going to be attacked by the baddies. So hold on, I need to figure out what they're called. The giants. Okay, so you choose a class. You all have one. You're all on one server, and you build up your base to prevent yourself from being overrun by the giants. And the idea of it is, during the daytime, you go and you like collect resources, you level up, you do all this type of thing. And at nighttime, you have to like defend against this horde of enemies coming and attacking you. Very stylized, art. You know. A little bit. It's more of an indie game. So there's going to be a lot more problems, we'll say, with it, but it's good. And Elden Ring. How many of y'all know about Dark Souls or Demon Souls or Bloodborne?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Elden Ring is developed by the same company as From Software.
But do you know who set the lore for it?
George R.R. Martin, the guy who wrote Game of Thrones.
Did he really?
He did.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Now, if there's one thing I can say about From Software, is that they are able to create a world without being heavy-handed about it, without forcing you to go through an immense amount of dialogue. The world is built around the character rather than forcing the character into some sort of, how do you put it, messiah complex kind of thing. So it is going to be a very Dark Souls. It's single player, and yeah.
I thought they had co-op as well. Isn't there
Does it have
online
co-op?
co-op, kind of, sorta?
I know that Dark Souls 2 and 3 had some sort of like extra people PvP kind of thing, but I don't know if Elden Ring does. I'm looking it up right now.
Every game of that genre has, or that same company, like Bloodborne did, and Dark Souls.
Yeah. And so far,
now, it's not like a traditional like join a group and then go do missions. It's like
right.
you can only have someone help you if you like haven't completed that area or something like that. That's the way Bloodborne worked.
So far, Elden Ring has like the highest, I think, of the last 3 or 4 years, the highest critical reviews of it. Now, I don't necessarily trust critical reviews, but I am highly interested in playing this game. So that's my spiel.
Let's vote.
Okay, let's vote.
Wow.
All right. Who do we want? Angry at the top.
All right. Elden Ring 1.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ready or Not 2.
Choice.
Mm, Let's see. Tribes of Midgard 3. Vermintide 4. And World War Z 5. No. Dread Hunger 5.
Nice. Salty Dog, what do you want to do?
I'll do Dread Hunger 1,
Ooh, old.
Elden Ring 2, Ready or Not 3, Vermintide 4, and Tribes of Midgard 5.
I will go next. I'm going to do Elden Ring 1, Tribes of Midgard 2, Lost Ark 3, Monster Hunter World 4, and then Vermintide 2, 5.
Wow.
Wow.
Chief, do you have a choice?
This one's a pretty good spread.
Destiny 2 1.
Classic.
Gotta be true. True to yourself.
True to myself.
Yes.
Yes. I don't know. That seafood game sounds cool. I'll do that one too.
All right.
Wow.
World War Z 3. Elden Ring 4 and Lost Ark 5.
Wow.
All right. So who has gone already? I haven't been keeping track.
Witherbottom.
Or Witherbottom, you're up next.
Witherbottom and Ninja haven't gone.
Okay.
I'll say Elden Ring 1,
Yes.
There you go.
Vermintide 2, 2.
2.
Well, it's
Choo-choo.
the second Vermintide
No, I
twice.
know.
It's okay.
Ready
you
for
can
Not
have
3. Actually, no, hang on. Stop.
Oh.
Monster Hunter World 3.
Ah.
Ready or Not 4. And Tribe of the Midgard 5.
Alrighty. I think it's Ninja's the last one.
Yeah. I'll do Ready or Not 1. And then I guess I'll do Elden Ring 2.
Yeah.
Dread Hunger 3. Dying Light 4.
So disappointed in yourself.
And World War Z 5. Well, I know my vote doesn't matter.
All right. Drum roll, please.
I wonder how it'll turn out.
What game will we be playing? Oh, shit. Oh, my gosh. That's a lot.
What got 14? Was that Ready or Not?
Yeah.
Ready or Not got
probably.
14. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that we'll get to that one eventually.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna-
keep suggesting it.
I'm
so.
going to keep suggesting Tribes of Midgard because it sounds like so much fun to me.
We're gonna play Dread Hunger 1 of these
Yeah, I was
days.
about to say honestly, like we've gotten to a point like where we have like a bunch of really good recommendations. There's just
Yeah.
too many games.
Curse you, Steam.
Just stop coming out with games for like a year.
We'll get to all of them.
Well, I'll just take a year off.
Yes. Game of the week.
Game of the week.
That would be insane.
VGotM.
All right.
Wait.
What?
I don't know.
VGotM.
All right. Well, this has been a good podcast, but I'm going to have to hop off now.
Yeah, all right. See you later, Chief.
See y'all next time. But
All right.
playing Elden Ring or Destiny 2.
All righty.
Uh-huh.
I'm excited for Elden Ring. I'll tell you what.
I am too.
Guess I'm gonna go get it.
This will be actually. I'll confess. This will be my first Soulsborne game.
Wow, you're in for it.
So I played I could never really get into Dark Souls very much. I played a little bit of Bloodborne, but not much. And I played a lot of Sekiro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm super excited.
Oh man, this thing's 47 gigabytes. I'm downloading it.
Psh, psh.
This will be
Alrighty.
my spur to get a new computer.
Remember to get that 48-inch curved monitor.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
so I can see myself die in like Ultra HD.
Yes. All right. Well, this has been VGotM. Any last words, anybody?
Satisfactory is cool. I put in like 140 hours.
Highly
Yeah.
recommend.
I would highly recommend.
Yeah, I think it's my favorite one we've played. With
I
Deep
would-
Rock
I
Galactic
would-
being a close second.
Yeah,
I'm still partial to Valheim as my number one.
we should go back to Valheim at some point. All right. See you next month.